Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just 1 second. Hope everybody's doing fantastic today, as usual. All right, let's just share the screen and we can get going. Right. Okay, a little too bright in here. Let me just turn my camera on and we can get started. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Mia says hello. She's here in her usual spot right here. Yes, she is. You want to say hi to everybody, Mia? Here, say hello to everybody. There you are. Say hello to everybody. Look at that face. All right. Let's get into the business side of things now. All right. We got a lot of people here. Good morning, Devin, cheese grate trader. I love that cheese grate trader. Dr. Luke, Jody, Stacy, Vano, Brian. Good morning, Brian. John, Yuri. Good morning, Yuri. Jeff, Pete, Robert, Greg, Herb. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Germany. I bet you it's cold in Germany right now, Herb. Somebody was telling me it was in the 30s. Brendan, Robert, Jason, Mary. Good morning, everybody. Dave, Doug, Piet de Brog from the Netherlands. Acme football kicker. Art, Steve, Joe. Good morning, Joe. The Dragon Dawn is here. Ruth, Robert, Ray, Nathan, Genevieve, John, Adrian, Illinois grain farmer. Hefe, Lloyd, Dave, David, Stefan, Harold, Jonathan, Al, Rick, CJ, Ivan. Good morning, Ivan. Bernie the Bear, Junior. Junior is in the house. I love it. We got Stan, retired surveyor Dave, Hopiumatic, Vernon, Deanna, Scotty, Kurt. We got Min, Jesse, Raj, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Good morning. Good morning to you. Rock, Cam, welcome back. I think you were on a, I don't know if it was a holiday or vacation or you just took a day off, but welcome back. Moondog, Bob, Anu Kumar is in the house. Bill, good morning, Bill. Richie, good morning. Mr. Russ, good morning. Javad, Brian, Omar, good morning, Mr. Omar. How are you? Little George, Bull Rider, Wesley. Thank you, Bob. Kai, Whitco, Frank, Karen the Shark is here, as always. Perfect. Charlie, Clyde is there. Eagle Beagle's in the house. Paul, Dave, Next Millionaire Dollar Sandy. I love that. That's my favorite one. I like that one. Um, Hold on, let me get back up here. Sapster, Mark, Alpha Diaz, Michael, Don, uh, Ch- Chador. I think it's Chador. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. 2041. Captain Beef is in the house. Carlos, good morning, Carlos. Good to see you. Rachel, Henry, Hopiumatic, Carla's here. Tom, Sin, Marlon, High Grounder, Ralph. Oh, nice. Trading View Tuesday. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Delbert, Texas Kirk, Tom, I want to go fast. Walter, Bruce, Duzzy. Yeah, Winter, Germany, of course, of course. William, good to see you, William. It was good catching up with you last night. Shamens, Terrence, Becky, Kathleen, Julio, Mr. Costa Blanca is here. Chris, Matt, Leo, Ed, Sherman, Penny, medical. Gotcha. Oh, that's right. That's right. How can I forget? Right. That's right. I'm sorry, Cam. You did mention it. You did you did mention it. My fault. I forgot. Gregory. Ooh, Cabo Wabo. Nice. Good for you. How's the weather over there, Gregory? Is it still pretty warm? Or kind of like Florida weather right now, which is actually pretty cold. We got into the 40s yesterday. Ray, John, 20 degrees in Arizona. Oh my. Image, Steve, Minnesota, Matt, Hawkeye. Good morning, Hawkeye. Mark, Yaves. We got David. We got John. We got Becky, Eduardo. Angie. Good morning, Angie. Susan. Cypress, Texas. Nice. Kenneth, Helen, Richard. Got people from all over the world. I love that. Gregory. Good morning, Gregory. Ron. Good morning, Ron. And good morning, everybody. 77 degrees. Wow, very nice. Very, very nice. Manuel, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Randy. If you're just coming in, good morning, folks. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. Um, First, let's start off with a few important things. We have today at 8:30. We have the CPI report. Okay, and we also have new home sales, and we have now, this is a little weird. It's got double print here, so I'm just going to assume it's one. This is for November. I really wouldn't put too much effort or faith into it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Um, hey, Bob. Hey, Mike. Thomas. Randy. Good morning, everybody. Dragon Dawn. Ooh, Louisiana, 32 degrees. Too cold for me. Too cold for me. So, folks, this is going to be the big report today. Really, all this new home sales from November. It's not going to get any air. We don't have. We also have a 30-year bond auction today at 1 o'clock. That can move bonds very quickly, but it can move bonds. So if you're trading the SPY, or if you're day trading, or if you're scalping, this can be impactful. Okay. We also have Barkin speaking. The big report, as I mentioned, CPI. I highlighted yesterday these two areas. All we want to see is both of these numbers better than a year ago. A year ago it was 2.6 core and 2.7 year over year. If we can get to 2.5 or 2.6, it means inflation is getting better. If it's at 2.8, ouch. It's already baked in at 2.7, and I kind of wish it was 2.6. But if this one can go down, it will relieve a little pressure on the core. So I kind of want to see one of them better than expected. It will relieve the other one. But this is what's baked in right now. This is what's baked in right here. Okay. It's coming out in about 20 minutes. And I will, let me just turn on my TC 2000 so I can watch the bond market along with you. Okay. I told Matt to wait to get into majority of positions. We don't have a lot of positions in our programs right now. Not because we can't find any good stocks, because we've been taking profits on everything. No joke. We've been taking profits on everything. So we've been doing really well there. I'm really happy about that. Okay, let's just go real quick here. Let's look at the bond market. So the bond market has been very light volume, as you could see right here. Very light volume. Very light volume overnight. And we're kind of in the upper end of this range. Here, let me just draw this up here. We got to break this 87.52 and then 87.55. This is what I'm looking for. If we can get back up there, it'll be good. But I'd love to get us back above this level right here. This is yesterday's. This is where we closed yesterday. See, we're lower right now, which puts weakness into the stock market. I want to see this do a turn and come right back up here. Okay. So I'll keep an eye on this. And before we conclude the session today, I'll make sure to give you guys all the levels. Hey, Devin, Peanuts, Rebecca, Robert, Paul, good morning. Hopium Addicts, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Folks, if you're just coming in here right now, I'm going to ask you kindly to please go to your Gearbox. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. Okay? Make sure you're watching at 1080p. Don't settle for auto. It'll download you. It'll jip you. Don't do that. Don't settle for auto. Do 1080p. And if you guys get benefit from here, please give us one thumbs up and subscribe to our channel over here. You'll be notified the minute we're live. And it helps our ranking. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate everything Bob does. And a big thumbs up to Bob. Bob's got some stuff going on with his dad and family, but he still makes it here every single morning. Sun or rain or shine, So I really appreciate you, Bob. I know that it's not easy for you right now, but thank you so much for all that you do. We really do appreciate you, Bob. Bob does a lot of work that he doesn't have to. Hey, Richard, good morning. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on the bond market. I'll just kind of move it here to the left of us. As I just mentioned, this is the big report of the day. We'll get into some catalysts in a few minutes. The bond market. Again, as I mentioned, look at the monthly. This is the 1 month time frame. It doesn't look like it wants to get out of this range right here. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. And the problem is because bonds are deflated. We need bonds to start moving higher, not lower. So, and notice every time it tries to break out, like right here, it comes right back down. It's right now staying very well below the 200-day moving average, as you could see right here. Just want to kind of give you a little perspective. It's kind of staying below the 4-month moving average, and it's not really doing much right now. And if it can't get it up, it'll probably come back into this range. I am expecting a reaction today from the bond market. Okay, I am expecting a reaction from the bond market. Okay, so keep in mind we're pinched between this trend line and the 200-day moving average right now, and that's telling me we don't have a lot of follow through. Okay. US dollar. US dollar, again, notice how it doesn't want to go above the 50-day moving average. That's a problem. Also, from what I'm understanding, and I don't know if this is a rumor, if this is a fact, but can somebody confirm that that the Supreme Court is supposed to come out? I am waiting for her to respond, Rebecca. I haven't heard a response from her yet. As soon as I get a response, here, I'm actually going to make a note for myself. I'll email her again in a few days if I don't hear from her. Thanks for the reminder. Bob says West Coast, man. It's 5:14 in the morning, Bobby. What are you doing over there, man? Whew. So anyway, you see how we're pinched right here? Not expecting much till we get unpinched, which means. Oh, and by the way, folks, today's T-Buzz's birthday. So if you see Buzz today, if you see T-Buzz today, if you're live with T-Buzz today, wish him a big happy birthday. He turned 75 today. Okay? Wish T-Buzz a big happy birthday if you see him. Okay? All right. T-Buzz is a good friend of mine. So, anyways, we're pinched between the 200 and the 50, and we need to get above here. Hey, Kevin, good morning, Mr. Carlsbad. Hefe, good morning. Temperatures are expressed in degrees. Yes, Fahrenheit. That's right. That's right, Omar. You too, ENRGT, you too, West Coast, huh? Mine top, huh, Genevieve? Ooh. All right, so you see that we're pinched. We're not really going anywhere. Gold, what's going on with gold? I told you guys yesterday, you don't need to be gold. You take profit on gold yesterday. Gold needs to come back to reality, which means it has to come back to this area right here, which is about 45.19. It's about 80 points below the current value. I think we're going to come right back to the 8-day EMA. Now, what we may do is just hunker around here with this being the high and this being the low and this being the high and this being the low. That's fine too. I don't care. Just wait for it to come down to 4,500. Okay. Yeah, I'll check on her again. Yep, Paula has birthday. She's 70 and he's 75. Yeah, both of them have birthdays today. Yeah, it's a great day for the T-Buzz family. Yeah, you're in Europe, Omar. It's a whole different way of temperatures. So, folks, this is not a time to get a long gold. This right here, see the 8-day EMA? And I know a lot of you trade silver, so I'm not a big silver guy. I don't follow silver, but I'll do it just for you. And everybody's been asking me about silver, like it's running away with the circus or something. Okay, wait for it to get back here. Silver is smaller than gold, so it's easier to manipulate it. Please, please, please wait for it to come down right here to the 8-day EMA. Notice, look, gravitates, goes above, and then comes back down. Gravitates and comes back down. This is really overextended, like really overextended right now. It needs to come back around 73. Okay, needs to stay. Yeah, Adam, it needs to stay. It needs to come back. It's a little overdone in my opinion. It needs to come back right here. Dave says speculation is Supreme Court will give an opinion on Wednesday, but this is not 100%. Okay. Yeah, Richie, about to open the pool. Yeah. So I'm expecting it to go right around the 72, 73 level. Look right here where the VWAPs are. You see the VWAPs? These VWAPs are telling you where fair value is, and the fair value is right around this area right here. This is fair value for silver right now. This area right here. Not here, down here. Not here, not here, but right here, okay? And if you're patient enough, it should come right back here and give you another bite at the apple, okay? Yeah, he comes around sometimes, Dragon Dawn. He just doesn't post. He's around. I talk to him sometimes. Crude oil. Crude oil. Crude oil, it looks like it wants to break out. We're now at the 100-day moving average. This is going to put some pressure on the economy, but at the same time, crude oil going higher um, is not that bad for the broad economy. The question is, can we get above the 50-day, the 100-day moving average? The next level of support is resistance is right here, 62. But looks like it wants to go a little bit higher. This looks like we have a nice little breakout here. Here, let's see. Yeah, here's where your liquidity pocket is right here. You have a big liquidity zone right there. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. You don't really have much till right here, but you have a lot over here. See this? There's a big liquidity pocket right here. So it's very possible it'll come up to the 200, stall here, or maybe even come up here. But in order to go above here, to go higher, it has to have some legs. It has to have some fundamental news. There's really no fundamental news right now on crude oil that would make it go higher. Okay. And actually, inflation is bearish. Inflation and recession is bearish for crude oil. So the fact that crude oil is going up actually means there's some upside in global economy right now because you have to have demand for crude oil. Otherwise, remember COVID, there was no demand for crude oil. So when economy picks up, that's a global economy picking up sign. Da, 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 da. Again, U.S. dollars going up. U.S. dollar going up should actually put pressure on silver, on gold, and it should put pressure on here. Where were we? Crude oil. It should put pressure on crude oil, but it's not. So this is pretty strong. This is pretty strong right now. Again, you have a lot of resistance right here near 65. There's a huge liquidity pocket near 65. So my first level of resistance would be 62 area and then the 64, 65 area. Okay. FXI is down where it looks like it wants to come back to the 100-day moving average. It had a really big move yesterday or day before yesterday, and then just nothing right here. So it looks like it wants to come back down. Wouldn't put too much focus on it. So he said if the Supreme Court rules the tariffs are illegal, the country will go bankrupt, but you have to think before to. That's funny, Harley. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I didn't know that our president was an economist too. Yeah, he says a lot of things, Harley. He says a lot of things. Okay. All right. Bitcoin, nothing. And with energy prices going up, I would imagine that would suppress Bitcoin as well. All right. All right. Does anybody want to tell us the catalyst? We're getting into the stock market, and we have a report in about 9 minutes. Does anybody want to tell me what the catalysts are? I already wrote them down. I have them right here. I want to see if yours match mine. Oh boy. I guess the Supreme Court has their hands full. Well, because it gives them control. In his mind, it gives them control, Cam. And the reason to do this is because you have a global emergency, not for negotiation control. Okay, Charlie's coming in hot. Fed, bond auction, Japan. Okay, I got Fed. I got bond auction. Yes, I got Japan. Let's see what else you got there. Infotech, industrial, and chips. Industrial, infotech, and chips. You and I, Charlie, are a match made in heaven today. Moondog, you know better than that. I don't need to hear names. I just need to know the bigger picture. I have right here Japan, chips, banks, industrial, infotech, and bond auction. Does anybody have anything else? Going once, going twice? Going once, going twice? I'll just kind of hold off and wait, and I'll just read this, and we'll go through there. But I have a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about when it comes to the market today. Okay. March E-mini futures are trending down. It's just a hair, not a lot this morning. Digesting reports from JP Morgan, focusing on CPI. JP Morgan rose pre-market. Are they up right now or down? Hold on. JP Morgan. JP Morgan is pretty flat, up 50 cents. Not really here nor there. Let me go back to the bond market. Not here nor there, but bonds are still moving higher, which is really good. Okay. Wall Street main indexes closed higher yesterday, notching a new record high. I told you guys yesterday, up on goods because the tariffs are added to the price. Consumers who are paying them. Of course, consumers are paying. Deanna, did you think anybody else was going to be paying them? Do you remember the Mexican wall? Do you remember who paid for the Mexican wall? Yeah. Well, tariffs are just part two of this whole idea. Okay. All right. Um, what was I going to say? So yesterday, remember I told you this whole thing about the Federal Reserve being crooked. Markets are not buying it for 1 second. And a lot of global economists are coming in really hard, including US economists are saying, don't ever, ever go against the Fed. The dumbest thing you can do, because that takes our integrity away. Okay? That takes our integrity away. Yes, if you think, Deanna, if you think anybody else is going to be paying for those tariffs, I got news for you. And I've told you guys this a year ago. We're going to pay for those tariffs, just like we paid for the Mexican wall. I'm not going to get into it more than that. We pay. And that's the bottom line, okay? Yeah, we pay. We end up paying for it. Okay. Oh, I could tell you some stories, Hopiumatic. My wife's friend bought something from Canada. Oh, yeah, yeah, she paid, she paid, she paid. Oh, they've been trying to tell Trump that for the last year. Please, I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to get into politics. All right. Wall Street main indexes closed higher. S&P record highs. Western Digital did really well. STX did really well. We did really well in the pit and in weekly cash flow and whatever other programs we were in. Exactly, Bread. Exactly. Walmart rose 3%, was the top percent gainer on the Dow. Very, very nice. Announced stock would join the NASDAQ 100. I have absolutely no idea why Walmart needs to join the NASDAQ 100. This is the top 100 tech stocks. The hell does Walmart need to join the NASDAQ 100? I mean, what business does Walmart have to be in the NASDAQ 100? Tell me. Don't ask. Nonsense. Just nonsense. Whoever made that decision is a moron, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, everybody here seems to understand exactly what we're dealing with in terms of President Trump, so we don't need to really discuss it. On the bear side, credit card companies and bank stocks sank after President Trump called for a 1-year cap on interest rates. Now, as much as I would love, you guys know, I've been yelling from the top of my lungs how these banks are crooks. They're criminals. They're taking advantage of us. And I would love to see nothing more than this happen. But President Trump calling for a 10% cap on credit card or interest rates is the same thing as me calling for a cap on interest. He has about as much power to control credit card companies as I do. Congress, separation of powers. It's in the Constitution. He doesn't have any control over it. Now, I would love for him to do this. I would love nothing more than for him to do. I really would love nothing more than for him to do this. But he doesn't have any power to do this. I think somebody forgot to tell him that. Yes, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. It would really be amazing, okay? If it happened. I'm all for it. I think this is the best thing I think this is a great idea that he has. This is a fantastic idea. But it's not happening. Okay, unfortunately, it's just not happening. We can all dream. Fake, exactly. Me too, Hopium New York President John Williams said on Monday that interest rates are well positioned to stabilize the labor market. I agree with him. We have a report coming out in 3 minutes, folks. Williams, the return to inflation, central bank's 2% target. I agree with him. If we don't mess with anything, especially if we get rid of these tariffs. Speaking to reporters, Williams stressed that the Fed's independence from the political interface has delivered huge dividend in terms of helping keep inflation checks. Uh, I think you're onto something. Nobody, Omar, nobody. It has to be a congressional act. You can't. The Constitution is sacred, folks. Let me tell you something right now. The greatest document, the greatest document that has ever been created in the history of America is the Constitution. Those forefathers of ours thought 300, no, they thought about 150 years in advance, but they didn't think about 200 years in advance. That's why I get very upset when somebody starts saying things that are just against the Constitution, that are just, it just makes me feel like somebody doesn't read it, has never read it before. It's not that big of a document. I suggest every one of you read it. It's pretty interesting. Okay? A new credit card company. All right. Yeah, let's move on, okay? So, President Trump said on Monday that the country doing business with Iran would face 25% tariffs on trade with you. This is great. I love this. I love all these ideas he has. They're great ideas, but I'd love to see them actually happen. A group of central banks released a statement on Tuesday in support of Federal Jerome Powell, saying, please don't mess with the Fed. We stand in full solidarity with Federal Reserve and its Chair Powell. The independence of central bank is the cornerstone of price financial. It is. Don't mess with the Fed. Do not mess with the Fed. Okay? All right? Don't mess with the Fed. I don't care who you are. Don't mess with them. All right. The report is out. Let's see what the numbers are. Bonds are going up a lot, which is beautiful. You know how much we love bonds going up a lot. Let's see what the numbers are. No, not this. What the hell? Who cares about that? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the numbers are? Does anybody know? Bonds are going. Look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful. Remember, I said I want to see bonds above these levels, yesterday's levels? They're going above. The number must have been really good. Let's see. Does anybody know what the numbers are? I know they're out, but does anybody know what they are? 2.7 for year to year or X food and energy? Can anybody, there's only 657 people here. Can somebody tell me the core or the regular number? No, nobody knows. I should probably have this info. Still not out. Yeah, the bond market's looking good. QQQ is moving up. Um, I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Year over year. Okay, got it. Okay, yay. Do you remember what I told you, Wayne? Do you remember what I told you guys? First of all, I only care about the core. And remember what I told you? I'd love to see the core below the estimates. This is freaking fantastic. Folks, this is really good. We're going to get a nice, you're going to see some okay, nobody cares about this number, guys. This is the number. This is the number right here. This is the number. This is what the Fed looks at. This is a fantastic number. What about the Fed or any regulator to capture by industry Congress to pay play? I don't want to get into any of that. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Oh, that is fantastic. What you guys, oh, this is, look, do you remember I said that the best thing that could possibly happen? I said it yesterday to you guys. I said, look, they're expecting 2.7. Do you know how good it would be if the number was 2.6? This is telling us, this just told the Fed that we're actually making real progress with inflation. Folks, this is very good. I'm doing the Chuka dance. I'm doing my Chuka dance. I'm doing the Chuka dance. This is very, very good. This gives us the power to lower more rates next year. This should make Trump very happy. This is very good. This is very, very good. Do you realize they were expecting 2.7? And I'm like, well, it'd be great if it was 2.6. And they got 2.6. And this number isn't getting any worse. The Fed can actually, with a straight face, say we're not getting worse. What we're doing is actually working. Oh, this is good. I'm very happy about this. I'm very, very happy about this. I'm very, very happy about this. Did I tell you how happy I am about this? This is very good. All right, let's continue. Oh, this is great. This is great. Great, great, great. Let's continue. So you see the core, this is what the Fed looks at. See, I highlighted it in yellow. It was 2.6. It was better than expected. This is freaking fantastic. This is fantastic. MGRITS, it doesn't matter if we could trust the data. We don't go by what we can trust. We go by what's out. Okay? This is fantastic. The bond market is up. Let's see how QQQ is doing. Coming up. SMH is coming up. This is very nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. See, it's easy to make me happy. Okay. This is great. We got new home sales coming out this is a delayed report from November. It's not going to have any. Are you happy about this? Yes, of course. This is fantastic. Do you realize the Fed can actually, with a straight face, say, hey, our number on the core is better than a year ago. We are actually making progress on inflation, and we're really fine-tuning at this point. Yes, they can actually say that. Yeah, we're just putting in what's in front of us. I don't get into all of these conspiracy theories. And we have Fed speakers speaking today. They're going to love this report. They're going to be like, folks, we're making progress. This is good. This is going to increase the number of rate hikes next year. This will make it possible for us to actually start lowering in March or May, not June, like I previously said. Yeah. Okay. Europe is down just a little bit. They're taking a little breather. China closed lower, retreating from a 10-year high. We saw that right here. You saw that right here. Japan closed sharply higher, hitting a new record high. Very, very nice. This is very nice. That's a catalyst for us. Stocks that are up. Intel, chips being upgraded is very bullish for the market. You got JP Morgan. This is still doing okay, I guess. Yeah, bonds we're moving higher. UPS is down. Industrial stocks. And so you got Infotech, here's your chips, here's your financials, and here's your industrial. Let's see. The bond market like this. This is a great report. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the market, but this is one hell of a report. Okay. All right. Volatility. Volatility is going to drop. I don't think volatility is going to go up today. I think we're going to finally break through this. That looked like a peak. That's what I was telling folks yesterday. It's a good time to take profit on your volatility. If you're in volatility, put the call ratio. Okay, put the call ratio. Let's all settle down here. Let's all settle down. And folks, if you're just coming in here, please, please, please give us make sure you're watching at 1080p and give us one thumbs up. Just one thumbs up. One time. You don't need to do it twice. One thumbs up. All right. All right. So put the call ratio is still not at 1. I imagine it's going to cool off today and come back here. But if we get above 1, we'll see that put buyers are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. I'm not seeing that happening today. We'll probably just come back down here. But something to keep an eye on. If the report today was nasty, well, bonds are coming down. Look at that. We're undoing a lot of what we just did, actually, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, volatility should be coming off. Put the call ratio. I'll keep an eye on it, but we're still not over 1. So I'm not seeing too much of a reaction here. Our sector strength is actually pretty good. We're still at 55 here, but we're moving along. S&P's at 68. That's pretty good. One thing I want to warn you, we're getting a little overextended in the short term on consumer discretionary. I want to show you this, getting a little ahead of itself. Hold on. One second, one second. I'm sure you knew this before coming here. You don't need me to tell you this. Did you guys know this before coming here today? Did you know that we have some of the highest level of consumer discretionary stocks that we've had in the last 10 years? Did you know that we've only been above this level once, twice, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 times in the last 10 years? Hmm. Would you like me to do a screenshot and post this for you? Do you think this would benefit you in knowing this? Let me post this for you. Okay. Consumer discretionary. Okay. I just posted it for you guys. Do you just FYI? I mean, probably not a big deal, right? I mean, who cares about that, right? Or how about Albemarle, all those basic material stocks? Let's take a look at that. See, I told you I was going to have something for you special today. Monthly. I mean, basic materials have only been here in the last 10 years, once, two, three, four times. Not a big deal, right? I mean, yeah, I'm sure you guys all knew this. That's basic materials. But again, I'm pretty sure you already knew that. You don't need me for that. Where was the other one that I had here? Let's look where industrial stocks are. Let's go to monthly. Let's go to 10 years. That's industrial stocks. Here, let me all right. It can increase, but no, it's usually when it comes up here, it starts falling down. This is a pretty good momentum chart. So you've got some issues with industrial, basic materials, and consumer discretionary, as you've seen with your own eyes. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now, overall market, we're at a new high right now, literally at a new high as we speak. Let me kind of see what's going on with the market right now. That bond market came down to my area right here, to my first resistance area, which I told you to keep an eye on today. Broke out, came right back to that area I told you to keep an eye on today, and is now coming back up. Very nice. SPY, on the other hand, is right at the VWAP right now. It's still up 0.11% on the day. QQQ, we're getting a little overextended, folks, across the board. Okay, QQ, SPY still pretty bullish. QQQ, we need to break above this area right here. SMH is looking really good, printing new highs, but needs to start coming off a little bit. MAGs need to wake up. They're still moving up this line. They really do need to wake up. RSP is creating a flag here, and so is Russell 2000. Actually just made a new high right here. So a few of these sectors are looking good, but we're getting slightly overextended. We're getting slightly overextended, okay? Getting slightly overextended in some sectors, as you saw. Keep an eye specifically with industrial, basic materials, and consumer discretionary stocks, okay? Okay, what about momentum levels across the board? Let's see how we're looking right now. Home builders, basic materials, consumer staples, red flag right there. Consumer discretionary is right next to consumer staples. Now, does that seem right to you? This is one of the most defensive sectors, and this is one of the most speculative sectors, and they're right next to each other. That's a red flag right there. Retail, semiconductors, Russell, all of this looks good except for consumer staples. Technology is in between. QQQ's right here. This needs to get up here. Communication services needs to get up here. Bitcoin needs to get up here. And financials are all the way at the bottom. I would say this is getting pretty mixed right now. Okay, so this is pretty mixed right now. In terms of raw momentum levels, I want to show you guys a few things together. This is where you start combining things. This is where the soap opera that I promise to show you every day starts. Okay, let's see how well I trained you. How many stocks are breaking out right now? How many stocks are breaking out right now? Making 1 month highs. What happens when this gets close to 500? While you're looking at this, also notice the put to call ratio. We're getting up here on the put to call ratio, right? And you have currently 440 stocks making a 20-month making. So let me show you what happened last time. Do you remember? 515, look at the next day. 162. Again, 515, 162. Then we start going up again, and now we're at 440. How high are we going to go before it starts cooling off? We're getting into that area right now. Bingo! Hey, you guys are actually coming here every day, and you see, you know what I'm about to say without me even saying it. That's what I was saying. We're now getting into the soap opera. See, I'm showing you the same thing, but your reaction to it is different. Very good. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. 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 What about 1 month? What about 90-day highs? 241, really healthy, but you only have 35 90-day lows. So you don't have a lot of momentum to the downside, but you're starting to get a little overbiased, a little too much. We need to start cooling off. And again, this number can go higher, but usually somewhere between 450, somewhere between 400 and 500, it peaks out. And when it peaks out, the markets cool off, okay? Just FYI. Again, keep in mind, look at industrials. Look how overextended we are in these sectors. Start putting together everything I'm telling you right now, okay? Getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Okay, let me give you overnight levels for your favorite indices, okay? Ooh, gonna have a wild price action today. Look at this. We're look at that. We rallied hard and now we're completely deleting everything. Keep your eye on the 8-day EMA right here. See this right here? Keep your eye on the 8-day EMA, 691.53. I want you guys to write that number down. Write that number down. This is the next target right here. 691.73 area. Write that down. Okay. Can we erase these? I hope you guys are getting some benefit out of this. Some frisky levels today we got to deal with. Mm. Real random price action last night, I'll tell you that. Okay. That's about as good as it's going to get. I'm going to get you guys this right now. I'll cover TLT in a second. I'm going to give you guys levels right now. SPY levels. Then I got to get out of here. Some critical levels here we need to overcome. Okay. That'll do it. It's harder. It's much harder when it's that volatile at night, obviously, because you're not in a trading range. So, for what it's worth, this will give you something to work with. Again, keep your eye right here on the 8-day EMA on a daily chart across everything. 623.80 on the QQQ. Here, I'll keep your eye on the 8-day on the 8-day EMA. I'm telling you right here. SMH. Keep your eye on the 8-day EMA. We're coming right down to here next couple of days, maybe even earlier. Okay, let me delete this. Okay. Okay. Remember, I haven't given you my favorite stocks for the day yet. I try to be as thorough as possible with you guys. SMH levels. Let's do Russell 2000. Whew, look at this baby go. Don't be surprised if we come all the way down here. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Here's Russell levels. And I'll do bond levels next. On IWM levels, let's do the bond market now. Bonds market is losing all of it. Look at that. coming right back down into the range. It's like almost like it's like I did these levels. You know, it's funny. I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, did I just do these already? Look at this. I mean, these levels are fantastic. I'm actually not going to change anything here. I'm just going to add a few things. Okay, there and there. Remember, there's a lot of stuff here, so it's not going to be easy today. Okay, right there. All right. That's about as good as it's going to get. There's just a lot of volatility today, but I kept a lot of them from yesterday, especially on the lower end of the range. Okay, and here is that. Here, I'm going to make an important note. Important note. The support level on every major index is the 8-day EMA next few days on daily chart above our intraday 5-minute charts. They are intraday, they are short-term levels. Long-term level is the 8-day EMA on daily. Okay? I posted this for you guys right now. I posted this for you guys right now, right here. So you guys understand this, that these are intraday levels, right? These are short-term levels. The long-term levels are right here. Here it is on the SPY, 691.51 on the SPY. QQQ, it's 623, 65. SMH, it's right here. It's 383.70. This is the major support levels. Okay? The 10 o'clock report is useless. Hey, Texas Kirk. Okay? These are the big levels right here. The big levels are right here. See the 8-day EMA? See how it's bouncing off here? These are the next major levels. These are minor levels. Okay? All right. Let's see something here. Okay. Let me give you guys stocks that I like on the day, okay? Let me ask you guys a question. Am I being thorough with my analysis? Am I being thorough with my analysis? Netflix on the short list. PayPal is on my short list. CP&G is on my short list. SWKS is on my short list. Good. Good, good, good. Thank you, Dr. Luke. Thank you, everybody. I want to make sure this is nice and thorough, that you guys are getting good value out of this. I'm trying to watch out for you as much as I possibly humanly can. Ooh, look at this. This is a nice short. Look at that. Came gap down, came up right to the gap level again, tried to test it, and then broke down again. That's a nice short. Wix, QFin, QFin. Look at that down. That's a nice downside move. Zscaler. Good, 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 good. I want to make sure that I'm giving you good, thorough analysis. I don't want to slip, because Mia's watching me, and if I don't give you everything, she's going to get very upset. Deviate. Healthcare. By the way, folks, in case you missed yesterday's VIP room, the next 10 days are nasty for the healthcare sector. Seasonally, the next 2 weeks are nasty for the healthcare sector. Just FYI. I don't know why and I don't care, but I'm just telling you, the next 2 weeks are nasty for the healthcare sector. That's a nice short right there. Nice, very, very nice short right there. Okay. And let me give you longs now. Johnson Johnson. Good. I want to make sure that you guys have everything. Look at this nice consolidation, possibly a breakout. Uh, Financial stocks. I got Schwab and BK, and they both look the same. Okay. Schwab, once it breaks through this area right here, it's got to get above this area right here. And BK. Again, remember, we are in earnings right now for financials. This has to get above this bar right here. But something that I'm looking at right now. This one's almost ready. Just needs to trade right here at 99.91. And remember, folks, you can watch the replay. Here's a link. You can watch the replay to this. Oh, also, I almost forgot. Customer Service Live and Cam and Gustavo show. Shoot, I almost forgot. Folks, today, Jeff Smith is going to come into my VIP room, and I'll be talking about step by step of how I find trades for stealth surge. Step by step, how I find trades for stealth surge. And here's Customer Service Live. I totally forgot. I've been so focused on this analysis. You guys got me all worked up with the political discussions. I'm just kidding. And I forgot to post this. Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show, VIP room, and my Telegram channel. Sorry, Cam and Gustavo. I got all worked up today about all this stuff. Yeah, me too, Chris. In just a minute, I got to run too. So NDA VTV is looking good. VTV. Right, Mia? Yes, Mia, yes. Such a sweet girl. Yeah, look at that face. Look at that face. This stock has to get above the 200. Not yet. We're not there. I'm going to cross this out. This is one of my favorites today, Fox. I like this stock right here, how it's pulling down to the 15. Looks like it wants to come back up. I like this stock. Google, I still like Google. Thanks, Chris. It's a little overextended. It's getting a little overextended. I'd like it right here at the 8-day EMA. And remember, we don't know where it's going to open today. Micron, I like Micron and I like Taiwan Semiconductors. Those are my two favorite chip stocks right now, this and TSM. But I think one of them has earnings. I think Taiwan is having earnings either today or... Again, all of these need to get back to right here, to the 8-day EMA. They're getting a little ahead of themselves. Rocket Lab. Nice look. Tiva. Look at that. That's setting up nicely. Tiva. Dow. One second, one second. Just need to update something real quick. Okay. Yeah, so we got some earnings on that, so you got to be careful there. RTX, I like RTX. A little overextended again. Some of these stocks are starting to get a little overextended. Elon. That's a nice look right there. DHR, last one. That's it. All right, folks. I got to Mookie. We don't talk about trades that are open in the pit here publicly in front of 700 or 800 people who may or may not be in the pit. So please don't do that anymore. I know this is your first time and you're excited and you know, but we don't do that here, okay? We don't broadcast trades that are publicly open for everybody. We don't do that, Donna. We don't do that, Mookie. We don't post trades that we currently have open in our members area. Okay. It's not fair to people who paid for the service. Please don't do that again. Okay. Thanks, guys. And I'll see you, and I will see you later. If you missed this, here's the link. Okay. Here's the link for that. Yeah, please don't post open trades that we currently have open here for the people to see. It's okay. I know you didn't know any better. It's no harm, no foul. But please don't do that, okay? Mookie and Donna, don't post trades that we currently have open. We don't talk about trades till we close them. It's all good. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget, Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Let me give that to you again. Very, very important. Here's Telegram channel. I mean, that's VIP room. Here's Cam and Gustavo show from 10 to 1 every single day. And they got a lot of good stuff today they're going to talk about. And here's the Telegram channel. Hopefully, I'm giving you guys enough to keep you satisfied, and I'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Be careful today. Be careful. We're a little overextended, and we may need to cool off a little bit before going higher. I'll talk to you guys later. I don't like the fact that there's 440 stocks making 20-day highs. That's a big red flag. Bye, everybody.